happy little heathens. We're going to read more from A Child's Introduction to Norse Mythology, a book by Heather Alexander, illustrated by Meredith Hamilton. Today's Viking story, we're going to read Treasure of the Gods, or How Sif Lost Her Hair. All the gods and goddesses in Asgard agreed that the goddess Sif had the best hair ever. Her silky yellow gold tresses rippled like a waterfall down her back. First thing, every morning, Sif brushed her golden mane with 1,000 strokes, causing each strand to shine brighter than the sun on a hot summer's day. One morning, Sif began to brush, and the bristles scraped bare skin. She let out a blood-curdling scream. Her husband, Thor, raced to her side and gasped in horror. Sif's golden hair had been chopped off while she'd slept. She was completely bald. Sif felt her bare scalp with her fingertips. "Who did this to me?" she wailed. "Loki." Thor, god of thunder, grumbled. "It must have been Loki. Trouble is always caused by Loki." Thor stomped off to find Loki, god of mischief. When he spotted the trickster, Thor raised his large fist. "You did this to her." "Me? Do what? To who?" Loki lied, backing away. "I haven't done anything." "Oh, really?" Thor narrowed his blue eyes. "Sif's hair was so pretty, and now it's... Thor fumbled for his words. "Gone?" Loki filled in. "Hacked off?" "Exactly." Thor's face grew redder from his fiery hair. "I knew it was you." "It was only a joke, funny." Loki forced a hearty laugh. "Not funny," roared Thor. "My wife is bald. I will pound you." "No need for violence." Loki nervously held up his hands. "I can fix this. I'll get Sif's hair back, even more beautiful than before. I'll replace her hair with hair made of real gold. How's that?" Thor lowered his fist. "Fine. But if you don't, I'll finish you." Loki hurried to Nidvalir, the underground land of the dwarves. He made his way down long, winding tunnels, searching for the workshop of Brock and Atri. They were said to be the most skilled craftsmen in all the 9 worlds. If anyone could spin hair out of gold, it would be these 2 dwarves. "Hello there." Loki poked his head into a cave and saw 3 dwarves. He gave them his widest smile. "I come from Asgard in search of Brock and Eitri to do important work for the gods. Are you them?" "Absolutely not," said one dwarf. "We are the sons of Idvaldi. We're the most talented craftsmen around. Anything Brock and Eitri can build, we can build better." You don't say," Loki began to scheme. "I've been sent on a very important mission to find 3 amazing gifts worthy of the gods. Are you up to it?" "We are up to it," said the second son of Idvaldi. "Let us do it, please." Can you imagine brushing your hair and nothing's there? Loki scratched his head as if he were thinking over the matter. "I guess I could give you boys a shot. I know. How about a contest against Brock and Eitri? 3 gifts for the gods. The best gift wins." "Bring it on," said the third son of Idvaldi. "Name your gifts." Loki told them they could create 2 gifts of their own choosing, but the third must be hair. Thor's wife is missing all her golden hair. So very strange and sad, but I'm trying to help her. I do that, you know. How about making hair spun of real gold? Loki left the sons of Ylvaldi and found the cave of Brock and Eitri. Well, hello there, he called. I've come from the gods of the Aesir. I've been told by the sons of Ylvaldi that their work is superior to yours. Oh, please, scoffed Brock. Those boys can't twist a pipe cleaner. Can't cut a snowflake out of paper, added Eitri. That's not how they tell it. In fact, Loki lowered his voice, they've challenged you to a contest. What kind of contest? Asked Eitri. 3 treasures worthy of the gods. The best gift wins. And the winning dwarves claim the title of best craftsman. Loki had a plan. He'd use the gifts made by these 2 talented dwarves to get the gods on his side. If Thor stayed angry, he'd bring Odin into it, and Loki would need all the help he could get. Brock knew not to trust the trickster. We pass. Oh, I see. You're scared. Loki's voice dripped with fake understanding. Well, if you feel you're not up to it. Not up to it? As if, cried Eitri. We will battle the sons of Ylvaldir for the title, but on one condition. If we win, we get your head. Fine, but only my head, said Loki. No hurting any other parts of my body. Loki would make sure that Brock and Eitri lost the contest. Then the gods would get amazing gifts, Sif would get her hair, and he'd still have his head. That won't be hard for someone as cunning as me, he thought. Brock and Eitri got to work. Eitri was a magnificent craftsman. Brock pumped his bellows to keep the furnace flames burning bright, so Eitri could twist and mold metal into fabulous treasures. Brock pumped his bellows to keep the furnace flames burning bright, so Eitri could twist and mold the metal into fabulous treasures. The air from the bellows fanned the fire, making the flames dance. Don't stop pumping, no matter what, Eitri warned his brother. If Brock stopped, the flames would die out and the metal wouldn't stretch. Eitri threw an old pigskin into the fire. It crackled and sparked. Keep it hot, Brock, he said. A fly buzzed around Brock's ear. Brock shook his head, trying to shoo it away. The fly buzzed louder and louder. Brock didn't know the fly was really Loki. Loki had the power to shapeshift, and he'd turn himself into a fly. Brock wished he could swat the pesky fly, but he didn't dare take his hands off the bellows. The fly kept buzzing. Brock blew on the fly. The fly would not go away. He spit on the fly. The fly would not go away. Then the fly bit Brock's hand. Brock cried out in pain, but he never stopped pumping the bellows. Eitri reached into the furnace and pulled out a large boar with shining golden bristles. Well done, bro, called Brock. Keep it hot, Eitri told his brother. He threw a lump of gold into the fire. Loki, the fly, began to panic. He couldn't let these dwarves make another fabulous gift. He bit Brock's neck hard. Ow! Howled Brock, but he still didn't stop pumping. Eitri shaped the lump of gold. He transformed it into a thick, golden arm ring. Loki the fly gasped. The gods would love these gifts, and he would surely lose his head. No more Mr. Nice Fly, he told himself. as Eitri placed a piece of iron in the fire. Loki the fly zoomed full speed toward Brock and bit his eyelids. Brock shuddered in agony. He whipped his head back and forth, trying to fling off the vicious fly. Loki the fly held on, biting again and again. Brock's eyelids swelled. Tears streamed down his cheeks. He could barely see. "Don't slack off, brother. Keep the pace," called Eitri. Brock groaned and made himself pump faster. Finally, Eitri pulled the iron from the fire. From it, he made an enormous silver hammer. "The handle's too short. It needed more heat," he grumbled to Brock. Then he looked over at him. "What's with your eyes?" "A pest did it," said Brock, as he saw that fly dart behind a big rock and change back into Loki. "I need a nap," Eitri yawned. "You take these gifts to the gods in Asgard, and then cut off Loki's head." "Gladly," said Brock. In Asgard, Loki brought Brock and the 3 sons of Ylfildi into Gladsheim, Odin's golden hall. Odin sat on his throne. Next to him sat Thor and Frey, god of the harvest. They would be the judges. You must choose whose gifts are better, the 3 gifts made by the sons of Ylfildi, or the 3 gifts made by Brock and Eitri, Loki told them. The first son of Ylfildi stepped forward with a pile of golden hair. The hair is spun from real gold. It will magically attach to Sif's head and grow there forever, long and beautiful. Sif placed the hair on her bald head. Instantly, the hair became one with her scalp. The golden tresses flowed down her back and more radiant than sunshine. "I like it." "Good job," boomed Thor. The second son of Ylfildi stepped toward Odin. "I present to you the magical spear called Gungnir. The spear will always hit its target. Try it out. Throw it at the smudge of dirt on the floor at the far end of the hall." Odin squinted with one eye. "I can't see any smudge." He threw the spear anyway. The spear hit the smudge. The gods cheered. "Impressive," said Odin. "For Frey, I have this." The third son of Ylfildi pulled a tightly folded paper from a pouch. When unfolded, the little paper becomes a huge boat called Skidbladnir. It is sturdy enough to hold 100 gods. It will always sail in fair winds, and you can fold it up and carry it with you. Frey beamed. "It's incredible." Loki let out his breath. "These are 3 amazing gifts. I don't need to worry. One is sure to win. My head will be just fine." Odin turned to Brock, whose eyes were still swollen. "What did you bring us?" "My brother and I made this arm ring for you. It's called Draupnir." Brock handed the Allfather the solid gold arm ring. Odin tested its weight. "Why is it so heavy?" "Because every 9th night the ring will drip 8 times and create 8 more golden rings of the same weight." Odin, who never grinned. Brock turned to Frey. "I present you with Gulenbursti, the boar with golden bristles. He will pull your chariot as fast as the wind and light the darkness, so you can always find your way." Then Brock handed the silver hammer to Thor. "This is Mjolnir. It is the most powerful hammer ever. It can never be broken, and it will always return to your hand." Thor inspected it. "The handle's too short." Brock hung his head. That's my fault. Loki smirked. The gods huddled together and chose Thor's hammer as the winner. It didn't matter that the handle was short with the mighty hammer. Thor could keep Asgard safe from giants and trolls. Brock and Eitri were named best craftsmen. Wait, no, cried Loki. Thor, what about Sif's hair? Isn't it better than the hammer with a short handle? Sif's hair is pretty, agreed Thor, but my hammer will never miss its target and can grow and shrink to the size I want it to be. How cool is that? Brock stepped up to Loki. Your head, please. We had a deal. Loki gulped. This had not gone as planned. He tried to make a run for it. Thor caught him. Cut off his head now, he said, handing the trickster to Brock. Not so fast, said Loki. Our deal was that you can have my head, but you can't hurt any other part of my body. That means you can't touch my neck. There was no way to take Loki's head off his body without harming his neck. Loki had tricked them. Brock let Loki go. In the end, Sif got her golden hair, and the gods received their most prized treasures, all because of Loki's tricks. He's not such a bad guy after all, I hope you enjoyed the story. Thumbs up, subscribe, and please share the video. Bye guys!